All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to do something a little different. We're putting on our venture capitalist hats to judge a really high-stakes startup pitch. And let me tell you, what we're about to see isn't just about a new company. It's a pitch for a country's entire digital future.
And that really is the huge question at the heart of this. So, a team from Senegal has come up with a super ambitious answer. Their company is called SunuMarket, and their whole pitch is about creating a digital future for the Made in Senegal brand. So let's break it down and see if their pitch holds up.
Okay, so here's the game plan for their pitch. They're going to walk us through the challenge, their solution, who gets value from it, how they make money, and then their roadmap. Let's get started with the problem they're trying to solve.
All right, Section 1, the Made in Senegal challenge. What exactly is holding this brand back from really taking off?
You know, they open their pitch really strong, showing us exactly what's at stake here. I mean, look at these beautiful local products. We're talking handcrafted leather, amazing artisanal foods. This makes it clear right away that this isn't just about tech or code. It's about culture, it's about craft. They're painting a picture of all this untapped potential.
And then, bam, they hit us with a big number, the hook that grabs your attention. 75%. That's how many Senegalese small and medium-sized businesses, the real backbone of the local economy, don't have a real online presence. Think about that. In today's world, that's basically like having a shop with no sign on the door.
So this is the part of the pitch that I really like. They've diagnosed the core illness, not just the symptoms. It's not just one thing. They've identified 4 big interconnected challenges. First, producers are basically invisible online. Second, logistics are a total mess. Third, consumers just don't trust the quality or authenticity. And finally, a lot of sellers just don't have the digital tools to even get started. That is a crystal clear problem statement.
Okay, so on to Section 2, the solution. Now that we have a super clear problem, let's see how SunuMarket plans to fix it.
And right off the bat, they make it clear. This isn't just another app or some simple website. Nope, they're pitching a whole integrated digital ecosystem. And you know what? That's a big swing. As a judge, that kind of ambition, that's what gets my attention.
So pillar number 1 is the SunuMarket platform itself. This is the part you and I would see, right? The digital storefront for the whole country. Think personalized shops for every producer, one big catalog for all the buyers, secure ways to pay, and delivery built right in. It's basically the new digital main street for everything made in Senegal. But look, a great-looking storefront means nothing if you can't actually get the products to people. That's a classic e-commerce problem, right? And that's where pillar 2, which they call Sunu Chain, comes into play. It's designed to tackle that messy logistics problem head-on, creating one coordinated network to make deliveries actually reliable and efficient. And then there's the third pillar, SunuMark. And honestly, this might be the most important piece of the puzzle, trust. How do they build it? With a digital certification. A unique QR code on every single item that guarantees where it came from and its quality. So you're not just buying a product, you're buying confidence. That's huge. Now this slide is pretty cool because it visually ties the whole thing together. On the left, you've got that clean, simple marketplace that the customer sees. But on the right, you get a peek behind the curtain at the brains of the operation, an AI assistant named Luma, ready to help out. It's a great way to show how smart tech is powering that really smooth user experience. All right, Section 3, unlocking value for everyone. So the solution sounds pretty compelling, right? But now we get to the critical question any investor is going to ask, so what? Who actually benefits from all this? And wow, this slide is a brilliant answer to that question. They've mapped out the value for literally every single person involved. For the producers, more visibility, a shot at export markets. For consumers, easy access to authentic goods they can trust. And for the government, they get reliable economic data, job creation, and it lines up perfectly with their big National Vision 2050 plan. This right here shows they are thinking way beyond just an app. Okay, let's move on to Section 4, the market and the model. The vision is big, the solution is smart. But now it's time to talk about the bottom line. Can this thing actually make money?
And they kick this section off with exactly what an investor wants to see, a big market that's growing fast. They aren't trying to invent a market from scratch. No, they're jumping on a wave that's already building. I mean, Senegal's e-commerce market is expected to nearly triple in just 4 years. That's a strong tailwind.
They've also done their homework on who they're targeting. Of course, there are these 17 million plus local consumers. But here's the really smart play. They're also going after the 3 million Senegalese living abroad.
That's a super motivated group of customers who are hungry for authentic products from home. And on the supply side, over 400,000 small businesses and artisans ready to come on board.
And here is how they plan to make money. It's a diversified model, which from a VC perspective is fantastic. They're not putting all their eggs in one basket. They'll take a small commission on sales, charge a fee for that SunuMarket trust certification, get recurring revenue from premium subscriptions for sellers, and then there's the long-term play, B2B services and data. Having multiple revenue streams like this, it seriously de-risks the whole investment.
Okay, final section. Section 5, the 4-phase roadmap. Because a great business model is just an idea without a solid plan to actually make it happen. So let's check out their timeline.
And this timeline, it shows me they're ambitious, but also grounded in reality. They're not trying to boil the ocean on day one. They start with a focused pilot in 2 key cities. Then they expand across the whole country. Only after they've proven the model works at home do they expand to the diaspora in France and the US. And the final step? To become a regional hub for all of West Africa. That is a textbook, step-by-step strategy for smart, scalable growth.
And they don't just end with a thank you. They close with this really powerful statement of purpose, tying their company's mission directly to a national vision. It makes it clear they're not just trying to build a business, they're trying to build a legacy to contribute to their country's future. You can't ask for a more powerful, mission-driven way to end a pitch.
So there you have it. From the problem to the solution, the market, the money, and the roadmap, SunuMarket has laid out a really thorough and compelling case. It's clear they're pitching something much bigger than an e-commerce platform. They're pitching an engine for national development. So now that we've taken off our judge's hat, the final question really goes back to you. Would you invest?